What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Welcome back to What's Happening Now, our look at the underground happenings. Spooky season's over. Halloween has come. Halloween has gone. Hallowicked was fucking awesome. I did not go, and I guess it's not FOMO at this point. This is like full regret at this point of not going is in high gear because Jesus Christ, that fucking set that ICP performed was amazing. Like, not the set, like, not the tracks. I'm talking about the fucking props. I'm talking about their outfits. I'm talking about the intro. As soon as I saw all of that, I immediately was like, yup, I fucked up. This was my year to go, and I didn't go. They had the House of Crazy show on the 29th. They had Fright Fest on the 30th. They even had the Wild Bucks and Shops and Rock Out with Your Cock Out Clown Posse show. I can't ever fucking remember what they called that thing. They had that one as well, and you know, typically with how ICP can be, could have easily hit both Fright Fest and that, and then they wrapped it all up, put a sweet little bow tie on top with fucking Hallowicked. And again, when I saw that fucking set, I was like, that Hallowicked show was meant for me, and I wasn't even there. And I feel so much regret for not going to this. But a lot of it was, as Megs and I have kind of been like, every other year we're going to hit Hallowicked, just because they usually do Unity Fest every other year. And our mentality was, well, you know, that way we're hitting an extra show, we can make it a little bit more of a vacation. And with the original way that Twisted was selling tickets to the House of Crazy show, it was just kind of like, there's no way we're going to afford going to that show. So we just immediately ruled that out and was like, we'll just go next year, kind of like our normal plans. But then slowly and surely they were making the show tickets more accessible. And if they honestly would have done that from the get-go, I would have made plans to go, and I would have spent the whole week in Detroit. I would have taken the whole week off because obviously the first show was when it was on a Tuesday, Hallowicked fell on a Thursday. I would have just taken the whole week off, made it a week vacation, and just fucking got my show on. You know what I mean? It didn't work out that way. You know, that's just how it happened. I ended up going to Hallowbleed, still had a lot of fun. So, new experiences were had, and I'm okay with missing it, but I definitely am like, fuck, I wish I was there. That was so fucking dope seeing the Mario set props and everything like that. Obviously, everybody knows my channel icon is me as Super Mario 3. I've always loved Mario. Absolutely, I've always loved Mario. And when it comes to gaming, I don't really care for like PlayStation games or Xbox games. I've always been a Nintendo fan, and Mario has always been the core of that. So it was one of those moments where it's like, this show is meant for me, and I wasn't there. I feel like that. So, but anyway, moving on from Hallowicked, typically after Halloween, you get Christmas on everybody's mind. Some people jump straight to Christmas. They jump over Thanksgiving. And I always kind of looked at Thanksgiving and Christmas as like a joined holiday because, you know, both holidays to me are about family. So we got Christmas events being announced. I believe previously I had talked about Xmas was already announced. That announcement came out of Sam Hain's ceremony. That's going down, I believe it was on the 23rd. I don't remember the details. I already talked about it in a previous episode, but I'm just kind of like rehashing it because this is kind of a Christmas episode, if you will. So Xmas was already announced. They had previously at the gathering announced Big Ball's Christmas party would be in New York. It would be Ballas on a boat again. I don't believe we've had much details about that announced yet. I feel like maybe towards the end of this month, the end of November, is when we'll finally get those. But some other events have been announced, so let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Twisted's New Year's Evil going down at the King of Clubs again in Columbus, Ohio. And from what I have heard, last year that show went off really good. I know that there were a lot of juggalos that had issues at Juggalo, Ohio, which was at the King of Clubs. So I don't know what the attitude was between the two different shows that made it that way. But, you know, from what I had heard, New Year's Evil went off great. They had no issues. Everyone got along great. Juggalo, Ohio, completely different story. So I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but New Year's Evil is going down at the King of Clubs again in Columbus, Ohio, which And funny enough, Juggalo Ohio 3 actually just got announced. It's going down in January, and it's at King of Clubs again, and I see so many people upset about that. But yeah, New Year's Evil. Don't have the details of who all is going to be performing yet, but the tickets and the VIP are on sale. They started going on sale on the 1st of November, so anyone can hit that up. I don't think that I'll make the journey out for that. I feel like if I was going to travel to Columbus for a show, it would probably be for Axmas. And Megs and I are really kind of in, let's focus on next year's events right now. Primarily Camp Zool, we have our sights on. The Float, we have our sights on. And potentially the Gathering as well, have our sights on. So as far as major events goes for the rest of this year, we're kind of gearing up for next year. That being said, Buckshot announced a mob-style Christmas going down on December 14th. It's coming back to the 21st in Germantown, which I looked into it. That's kind of like, it looks kind of like a restaurant / bar from the looks of it. I haven't fully went and looked up videos of it, but just from the pictures of and where it's at, it kind of looks like that. It looks like a restaurant / bar. And I immediately was like, oh, this full-fledged gives me Christmas party vibes. You know how you go to work and sometimes they will have a Christmas party for all the employees. That was the vibe I immediately got for Mob Style Christmas. And immediately I was like, oh, I'm interested. And then I looked at the lineup, and it's Boondocks performing as Turncoat Dirty. Obviously, Buckshot's going to be there. And Light. That was the original announcement, was those three. And then it said more guests coming, being announced soon, as well as still booking. And I immediately was like, I'd love to see Funtime on that again. I'd love to see SON on that. I'd love to see fucking Stray was one of the first ones. I was like, yo, let's get Stray on that lineup. They have announced it. The full lineup is out, and the lineup, Trapped Resonator is going to be there again. He was at Hollowbleed. Raxputin was there at Hollowbleed. Loon Squad was there. The other names I don't fully recognize, and this flyer is kind of small and hard for me to read right now in front of me. But then the big one that blew me away, I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that, is fucking Gorilla Voltage. Back, reunited, doing a set. I don't know if this means new material. I know that they had previously hashed things out, or I don't even fully know what happened with them. I don't even know what happened. I think maybe they just went and did their own thing for a little bit. I don't know if there was necessarily bad blood. They just, they're no longer with M&E. They went and they did their own things. Obviously, Mr. Gray linked up with Buckshot, was part of Cabal, and he released a solo album through Mob Style Music. And then I believe Clockwork was doing some stuff with, is it Them Bones? Is that the name of the group? As well as he's done some solo stuff as well. And I honestly have not kept up on Clockwork at all. I've definitely kept more, I've kept in touch more with what's going on with Mr. Gray, and that's primarily because of Buckshot. Buckshot is somebody who's hugely on my radar. Usually he does a lot of dope shit in the underground with a lot of underground artists. So it's really cool to see Gorilla Voltage back doing a set. I'm excited for that. I love Gorilla Voltage. I've never gotten to see them perform. I don't think I have. I'd have to go back and look at some of the tours I've been to, but I don't think I've seen them perform before. So that'll definitely be the shit. Of course, Light is going to be the shit. Buckshot and Turncoat Dirty is going to be the shit. And I'm fully anticipating we're going to see some fucking Hell's Kitchen performances at Mob Style Christmas. I don't see how they wouldn't do it. I mean, Boondocks and Buckshot are both going to be there. So I could even see them doing some Horde. Well, maybe not do some Horde stuff since it's billed as Turncoat Dirty, but I don't know. Maybe they will, just because I feel like that's such an easy transition to go. But along with this, we're getting a brand new Turncoat Dirty album, Black Winter, which definitely has my attention. I will be honest. I will say that Crypto Dirt, I have not really revisited since it came out. There's just been so much other music that have come out. So I will definitely have to start spinning some Turncoat Dirty. Very much going to have to start spinning some Hell's Kitchen as well, just because I'm anticipating that. And definitely going to start throwing some Gorilla Voltage in my rotation. But, right now I'm so hooked on HOK. I'm so hooked on Hawk. I don't know how to get unhooked from Hawk. I did that in my head, and I was like, don't say that in the video. And I did it anyways. Sorry, guys. That's just one of my dumbass things that I do. But yeah, really excited for Mob Style Christmas, and Megs and I are actively planning to attend. We have already talked about getting the same hotel that we had for Hollow Bleed, and we've already talked about, you know, making the plans to go. So if you are if you're not sure which Christmas show you want to go to and you're able to make it to Mob Style Christmas, just know that Megs and I will very potentially be there. Where the chance that, like, we are actively planning to attend. So definitely looking forward to that. There is a VIP out for it, which when I saw the VIP, it kind of made me, it really kind of put like it shot down an idea I had. Not so much an idea, an expectation that I was having for this show. I was kind of looking at a Mob Style Christmas as, will this be like, I was wondering if it was going to be like more of a concert or if it was going to be kind of like a Christmas party. Now, Axmas, when I went to it was kind of, it felt a little bit of like both. Because at different points during the night, you would see SON and Funtime guys walking around in the crowd. I didn't know it was them until they got on stage. I saw what they were. I was like, oh shit, they were in the fucking crowd just walking around. You know, so, I mean, I get it that you really don't want to, I don't even know how to say this. Like, sometimes for an artist to go and try to interact in the crowd, it can be tough because you get kind of swarmed by everybody. So, I mean, I see having that would be difficult, but I guess, I don't know. There was just part of me when I looked at the venue, I just was like, is this going to be more of a Christmas party type thing where like the artists are going to be actually out wandering and have the opportunity to just walk up and shoot the shit with them? I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, I had got that in my head. So seeing the VIP, I was like, there's no way they're going to do that. Not like Buckshot, Boondocks, Light, and Gorilla Voltage. There's no way they're going to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I was working in my head of like having different conversations with the artists. And, you know, as soon as I saw that, it was just me like, I don't think that's going to happen, which that's okay. I get it. I understand. You know, like I said, going out into the crowd is going to be difficult. People are going to swarm you. At the Certified Psychos tour, the second leg of it, when I went down to Louisville, Buckshot actually came up to me and he goes, hey, how's it going? How's the show so far? Within 10 seconds, people like swarmed him and he just wanted to come say what's up. So I get it. I absolutely get it. The thing about me, for me in my situation, is doing VIP is, you know, most of the time that I attend shows, I'm with Megs. So I don't feel like, even if I seen a VIP package that all the merch in it was absolutely fucking dope and got to have the meet and greet, I can't just buy for myself. You know what I mean? Because doing the meet and greet, then I would have to leave Megs by herself. And that's just not something I'm going to do. That's such a dick move. I would never do that. I would not leave her in a situation where she's by herself and I'm just off, like, interacting with other people and she's just, you know, alone, whatever. So it's in a lot of those situations when I think about that, I can't just buy one VIP package. I would have to buy two. And that just gets ridiculously expensive. Unless I was to reach out to an artist and be like, hey, is there any way I can pay for 2 VIP packages, but only have one discounted because I don't need 2 times the merch? You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never really dove in and like figured out, is there a way that I can make it to where both Megs and I can go do this meet and greet together without buying 2 VIP packages? You know, I don't know. I don't know how to make that work, because a lot of times Megs and I share merchandise. She'll wear my shirts, I'll wear hers. We'll wear each other's jerseys, and obviously, you know, we share each other. Like the CD towers have not just my CDs, they have hers as well. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, how would I do that? How could I go VIP with her and not exclude her from that? So, but yeah, they have some really cool looking stuff in here. They got a jersey, they got a CD, which the CD is going to be the Black Winter, but it is also going to have a bonus disc with an advanced copy of Buckshot's new upcoming full-length album, Antagonist, not releasing until future date, which is really cool. I feel like that album would probably drop in January or February, but the way that they have it like set up, like it looks like it's going to be a 2-disc case, which is really cool. Comes with a lanyard, comes with the lanyard, comes with a, let me see, comes with a jersey, comes with a coin, comes with a badge, comes with a poster. Yeah, and then the meet and greet for everybody, including Gorilla Vultures, Loon Squad, Buckshot, Turncoat Dirty, and Light. So definitely a dope little VIP package. And if I'm not mistaken, I looked it up. I think it was only like maybe $100 something. So very affordable. And I mean, the jersey alone is worth $100 right there. So there is that. But that is all the Christmas stuff that was announced. And the main title of this video is holy shit. ICP have already announced the dates for the gathering. I could not believe that when I saw it and people were talking about it. I was like, holy shit. They actually have it announced like early. I think the earliest they've ever announced it was January. Like the first time I went to the gathering was Gathering 17. And, you know, the middle of January is when they announced the dates for that. The tickets went on sale and everything. So Megs and I was able to just go plan right then and there, go buy our tickets and just spend 6 months planning and saving up and everything like that. Which, you know, and that's the thing is back then, like you never really questioned if it was going to be worth going. And I think that that's a conversation that a lot of people might get into heated discussions about is like, is the gathering still worth it? How do you measure if the gathering's worth going? Some people go just to intermingle with other juggalos that they, you know, they call it a family reunion. They want to go meet and hang out with juggalos that they don't really get to until the gathering comes around. So I'd say it really just depends on you. And for Megs and I, it's a lot of money to invest. You know, so going, we really kind of need also, we would prefer to also have a lineup of like artists we want to see. So for us, that's always a big one, is that lineup. And my hopes with them announcing the dates this early, with them saying that tickets will be on sale soon, the site's going to launch soon. Like, I hope that they've already ironed out all the details. And I've seen some feedback from this year's gathering that it almost felt like things were kind of held back. Like it wasn't, you know, I feel like I've seen a lot of people say that it wasn't like last year's gathering. This one felt a little lackluster compared to last year's. And a lot of people immediately making that assumption and connection of, well, next year's the 25th. So my hope is that they've ironed out a lot of the details ahead of time. And that's why we've got the dates already. That's why we're potentially going to get the site launched and the tickets on sale. And my hope is that we will get like immediately an X amount of artists that are going to be performing. I will be looking at the lineup to make my decision on whether or not I'm going to go. So Megs and I, it's in the air. We don't know if we're going to go yet or not. Like I said, that's a really big one, is that lineup. But then also we do want to go experience new events like the Float. And when we think about going to the gathering and the Float, we don't know if that's really feasible. We don't know if that's going to be really possible for us. First of all, vacation time alone, just getting the time off within, because I mean, the Float is always Labor Day weekend. So we know when that's going to be. So for us, it's like, and this one's being in August, within a month of each other, there's no way we're going to be able to attend the gathering and the Float. And we really would love to experience the Float. So for us, it's very much in the air, but I am very happy and very excited to see that they have the dates announced already. And I hope that this means that they've like got their shit together on this one, and they're going to have the lineup announced, and it's going to be a lot of great artists returning like they promised. I know it's not going to be M&E. I don't ever expect M&E to be back at the gathering, ever. But, you know, acts like Tech9, Chris Calico, Ritz, Cottonmouth Kings. I've seen people say things like Vanilla Ice, you know, Ice Cube, things like that. Big names that they've had previously. I don't think we'll get that big of names. And I know a lot of people have speculated Post Malone. I don't see that. I think Jelly Roll is a possibility. It's just a matter of them reaching out to him. I've seen a lot of people shoot that idea down, that they don't think that Jelly Roll's label is going to let him. But I don't obviously know what the relationship is with him and his label, but I feel like he's got enough creative control to make those decisions. And I think as long as ICP invites him, I think he would be there. And in the past, he's performed for free. So anyone wondering and thinking, oh, he's too big now, there's no way they could afford him. He's always done it for free. And from my understanding, he's been on record still saying that he would do it for free. Jelly Roll is a juggalo. He came from this culture. And he has not forgot that. Literally, as I'm recording this, a couple days ago, he let Twisted come out at the Little Caesars Stadium in Detroit and just do a little set. He wasn't even, they weren't even officially a part of the bill. And he showed them love like that because he has not forgotten where he came from. So I think people forget that. They just think that he sold out, turned his back, and it's not true in any way. But I think a lot of times when people see an artist become successful, it feels like a betrayal, you know? And I've felt those feelings myself. Just, you know, when Self-Medicated came out, I absolutely loved Save Me. Loved that song so much. Now it's kind of like when I listen to Self-Medicated, sometimes I skip that song just because so many other people listen to it and it's kind of played out. So like, and then when you hear and you see people talk about like how much they love Jelly Roll, how much his music's helped them, and it's like, where were you though like 10 years ago? You know what I mean? And then you see some of those same people that just want to dismiss everything that he's done pre-country, you know? So like, I get it. I get why people feel like he sold out and they feel maybe that level of betrayal. I hope that someday he does still do a rap album, and I think maybe he will. He's gotten like recognition from Eminem and shit now. How great would that be if Jelly Roll puts out a rap album and he throws ICP on it and he has a track on there with Eminem, and we'll kind of get that little bit closer collab to happen. I doubt it would ever directly happen, but that could be the closest we could see it happen. I think that would be the shit. I really do. So, yeah, the Gathering of the Juggalos has been announced, going down August 13th to the 16th in Legend Valley, which we already knew it was going to be in Legend Valley. They announced that at the Gathering, that it was going to be back there, and I don't think there's anywhere better for it to be. Legend Valley has been the best home for the Gathering, and I've only been to gatherings where it's been at two different locations: Springville, Indiana, and Legend Valley. So, and to me, it's always been great. I've seen the videos of what Hog Rock was like. A lot of people really enjoyed that place. It looks a little too massive for me. I am still curious and would love to always go to the Nelson Ledges, Crystal Forest. I think that would be a really fun one to scratch off the list as well. But yeah, Gathering of the Juggalos has been announced, and we'll see if the site goes up soon like it says. We'll see if it has artists announced like I'm hoping, and you know, maybe they're pulling out everything for this and they're going to be on top of it. That's my hope. That is my hope. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Sorry about that. I think that's going to do it for this episode of What's Happening Now. Tell me down below, what are you guys excited for? What are you most looking forward to with What's Happening Now? I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.